is also not good.
So basically, no presentation.
Sit down.
You are often tired. You're often. This is for what? Where's the rest of your green tea? Oh, probably on.
You guys come down and share the calories. Drum. But the rest of your rolls don't fit there. I could have brought my own chair. She's not raising my camera. Also, there you go.
I'm good now. Everyone couldn't see me.
Yeah, you just could see the corner of you on the camera, but
Yeah.
now I got you.
Now I got my head at least.
Oh my god.
I had a glare on the TV.
Makeup? Makeup?
I already got that done. Took me an hour. Very much.
We can film right now.
I'm ready for my premiere.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. I didn't get that. See, I slept and I never read my coffee.
Ready for my premiere. I thought, oh my god, I mean, it's a premiere.
No, you know it was.
Yeah.
It was right. Yeah.
You phony.
Sorry for party later.
Eric White,
Yeah.
and you were the only friend of the other two when I started here. You are on the internet.
Well?
You are on the internet right now. Just as a heads up.
Nothing changes.
Alright, you're free to go. For about 30 seconds. Are they coming?
Oh, yeah. A series of
All right, I think we're going to get started here in a minute. So for the next hour and a half or so, we're going to have our little film premiere. So this summer I was lucky enough to have 5 students working with me. So I had Destiny Cook as my SWAT student. She was my production assistant, so she sort of ran around, kind of made sure we were all where we needed to be. She worked behind the camera, she worked in front of the camera, she helped kind of keep us all organized. But on top of that, I had another crew of 4. So I had the green team. And so they'll tell you a little bit about what the green team is and what that's all about. But I'll let them sort of introduce themselves. So, want to come on up, guys?
Hi, I'm Eric White. I'm the leader for the green team that we have here. Before we get into our introduction, we are just going to, introduce who we are. So,
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm a member on the green team. Hi, I'm Dylan. I'm also a member on the green team.
I'm Michael, and I'm a member on the green team.
So now that that's done, we'll get right to it. The Green Team is a project run by the Conservation Corps, Newfoundland and Labrador. CCNL is a non-profit organization that works towards preserving the environment and cultural heritage. The Green Team offers youth meaningful employment opportunities that focus on environmental and cultural projects developed with partnership with communities, organizations, and corporate partners. Our main goal was to develop a project related to the Flat Bay area. We chose to develop our project through the medium of film. Filmmaking can be a long and tedious process. After all the shots are taken, you have to review every individual clip to find the best shots. And now you're into the post-production. This can take anywhere from hours to weeks to months. This is where you make sure everything makes sense by watching it over and over again. Yes, it's a long process, but it pays off, especially when you're doing something you enjoy with hardworking people.
Okay, so when we first started with the green team, we were not yet comfortable with all the equipment we were about to be using. So this Trail Workers film is a way to introduce us to our working environment and to learn how to use different cameras and techniques. It was a fun way to accomplish these tasks and make sure we were ready to go for the summer. This film is a brief look of some work performed by our Amplify students here. Hope you guys all enjoy.
The speak bar?
When we weren't busy with editing or filming, we had a little bit of free time. We decided to record some short films based off our own ideas. Doing this allowed us to relax a bit and have a good time while still being productive. It also gave us more experience working with the equipment and practice with storytelling. Here are the videos we came up with.
bathroom.
Oh, hey Tom.
So, has this door always been here?
Mm.
I don't know. You shouldn't have gone in there.
Mm.
What's going on?
Oh, okay. Oh, trouble.
Help me. You shouldn't have gone in there. During the powwow, Ulnuwe had a summer solstice run. It was a 5-kilometer run. Now, this was the first of its kind in Newfoundland, and they're hoping to have this spread across the province. We filmed it, and this is the short film for that. That's powwow. During our time with the Green Team, one of our key roles was filming and documenting the 11th annual powwow here in Flat Bay. We prepared for this by getting to know our gear the week before the powwow. Once the opening day came along, we followed the course of visitors, vendors, dancers, and drummers flocking into this little community. We conducted many interviews with many people, and many different types of cool shots. However, capturing the powwow on film was the easy part. The countless hours compiling the footage into the official powwow film is the difficult and tedious part. So here's our masterpiece. Hope you all enjoy it.
Before you go, you mentioned there's a playlist at the top. No, yeah, for the live stream. Just mentioned there's a playlist they can click on.
If you want to watch all these videos, there's a playlist with all the videos that we filmed over the course of the summer on the Captive Expressions YouTube channel.
On the south side of Bay St. George, Newfoundland, lies Flat Bay, a small Mi'kmaq community. Each year, Flat Bay plays host to the annual Bay St. George Powwow, which brings people from all over the country and abroad together for a celebration. For 3 days, this quaint community turns into an excited bustle of people, expressing their culture through dance, music, sharing, and ceremony. The powwow brings these typically vacant grounds to life, setting the field ablaze with colorful regalia and filling the ears of all in attendance with the beat of the drum, echoing the heartbeats of our ancestors.
First of all, the rule word is Maui only. It's a gathering of people for a celebration.
That's to me, that's what the whole thing of what a powwow is about, is a celebration. And also, you know, buy a couple things from the vendors.
Karen Twine, actually I'm from Flat Bay.
Oh, nice.
From Muddy Hole, actually. This is our third year. We used to live in Mississauga, Ontario, and but we come down every summer for a month, because I'm from here, my husband is from the Corner area. So we decided to come and participate into the powwow.
My name's Christina Meir. This is my husband, Eric Meir, and we're from Central North River, Nova Scotia. We've been selling for 35 years now, and we've been going to powwows for about 30 years. Mostly in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and PEI. And about 10 years ago we started coming over to Newfoundland.
Before we got married, I used to travel around and Cedar Signs, and I had a traveling dog show. That's sort of how we met. Her sister volunteered me.
Volunteered me?
Yeah, right. Volunteered her in my dog show. So then I got to know her.
My husband, he makes his own dream catchers, earrings, like ankle bracelets. He does salmon flies, does a little of everything actually. Yeah, we both do. I don't do salmon flies, but I do everything else.
We have moccasins and t-shirts, mitts, mucklucks.
Polyresin figurines. We've got
jade and marble figurines, polar bears and
jewelry. We've got flush animals.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
I don't think he had enough time for everything that we have.
As it's day one, we're still doing all the setup phase. So me, my girlfriend, her family, we all got here bright and early to start setting up her booth. Powwow is just a lot of good fun, really great atmosphere. It's a good time.
I've come to many powwows. I've been coming around or trying to at least make an appearance since it started. It's part of my culture, and I'd like to keep in touch with my my community and be a part of the culture.
Is this your first powwow?
No, it isn't. I've been here several times.
This is my very first powwow.
No, I've been here a few times too. I enjoy coming here. I will be coming here from now on all the time.
I'm really enjoying it. It's really nice to see all the different stuff that you don't get to see every day. It's a really good first experience.
I think the powwows get better and better each time we come because we start to know the people and then we start to be able to enjoy them and they become friends.
I think it's a great experience because everybody can come together like a family and show their traditions to new people like me and show what it's all about, how their culture is. And it's a really good learning experience, I feel.
It's a great learning experience, really, because then you get to see what other people are doing, and then, like when you see little kids, they're kind of mimicking everyone else, right? So it's kind of cool to learn.
There's different families have different ways of dancing. When they would dance, like the ladies, 1, 2, 3, they could go just tap the floor, just tap with your toes. So you could do a shuffle, 2, 3, or you could do a mixture of both.
A year ago, we took on a project here in Flat Bay called Land Use and Occupancy. We wanted to research what kind of activities were taking place on the land by our people. Decided to go into St. George's, Stephenville Crossing, Flat Bay, St. Teresa's area, and find all of the elderly people in our community and interview them before their knowledge was lost.
What does it mean to be an elder? Elders.
I never consider myself, I call myself an elder. That's the desire of other people. If somebody wants to respect me as an elder to them, then I certainly respect that also. But I don't view myself or call myself an elder. Now that's not saying that I'm not an old person.
It's to pass on our culture and wisdom and help people out to find themselves who they are as own. Before you talk to an elder, you have to offer tobacco. It's an offering for anything that you want to know about our culture or Sweat Lodge or ceremonies and all the other things that we do at gatherings.
So, as an elder, I don't go into the community telling them what to do. I go into the community, sit them down, and I ask them what to do, what they want to do.
I do whatever I'm called upon. At every opportunity, I contribute whatever my body allows me to do for the powwow and everything else that's going on in my community.
Regalia, like most dancers, the regalia is always a work in progress. Each piece I could talk for an hour.
The squirrel represents my clan, a doodoo. That's squirrel clan. It comes from your mother's lineage.
This year I'm one of the dancers, mixed traditional dancer. Our regalia was gifted to me by Jeff Pinnock a few years back. I also had my breastplate made for me by Jason Newby, and Autumn Paul made my medallion.
I dance women's traditional. Everything on my regalia has a meaning, and I am in the process of learning myself. My fan is the Eagle fan, so I catch my prayers in the honor beats, and when you see people with their arms, it's because they're sending the prayers up to the Creator. Because the eagle is a messenger, because he flies closest to the creator and is a protector.
I love to dance jingle dress. Do you want to hear the story of the jingle dancer? There was a young girl a long time ago, and she was sick, and they tried all the medicines, but nothing would work on her. So her father had a dream of her wearing a beautiful dress with jingles on it, and she would dance around the circle. So then the next day he made it for her. The first time she danced around the circle, her father helped her. And then the second time she got a little bit stronger. And the third time she hardly needed any help. And the fourth time she danced all the way around by herself. And the jingle dress healed her. And that's how the jingle dress was made.
Well, this is Fancy Shawl Regalia. I knew right away I was a Fancy Shawl dancer, so that's how it worked. Actually, my eagle plume, I was gifted this by one of the drummers who's here this week.
Typically, there's a powwow trail that is all over Canada, and for the most of us, we try to do it all in line with each other. So, as you know, when you come to Newfoundland, Conn River will have theirs one weekend, and we'll follow the next weekend.
I do get to a couple in PEI usually. In August, I'm heading over to that one. Usually, I try to get to Conn River's powwow. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to get to more on the powwow trail. I'd like to go to one every weekend if I could.
Every weekend, from May till October. Every weekend.
I have attended Conn River, and I recently attended a powwow in Nova Scotia, Halifax. Hopefully, I'm hoping to attend the Grand Prix that's coming up in Nova Scotia.
And we hear those drums. We know there's there's Native people there. We're going to go there, no matter what tribe we are. It's the family that's first peoples of this country. Turtle Island. So we all come together when we hear that drum. It's Darryl said it's the heartbeat of the nation, and it's the pulse and the rhythm of life itself.
I am part of the White Wolf drumming group. I play the drum, and sometimes if my drum is like damp or something, I'll usually like play the rattle. My favorite part is that I get to perform and play the music and all kinds of stuff. I've been doing this for quite a bit, actually, 2 or 3 years.
I've been drumming my whole life, singing. A lot of them are songs are powwow songs, right? So powwow songs are sung throughout North America, no matter where you go. There are different styles, different kinds, but like most of the time, powwow songs, there's nothing really traditional about them, really. Just songs for dancers. So most of the time, a lot of these songs I learned off the CD, some really cool drum groups that I like. And there's some songs that I like. 2002, it was when I started contemporary. It was when we sing like my drum was starting to
Mother Earth's heartbeat. Once you hear that, it makes you feel good. You ever hear the drum that you just want to go out and dance, or you just moving your feet, or you sing along with the songs, and it's beautiful. It makes you strong who you are as unknown.
We started off the open drum today.
aspect to it. And that's, I usually keep that individual to everybody.
Just thinking about it, I get chills because it's so powerful.
Breathtaking. The power that you get just every part of your body is swaying to.
To me, it's like a human spiritual reunion.
Helps you to be stronger for the coming year.
But it's powerful, and unity and the bond we have with each other is incredible. I can't be without it. I'm addicted.
Most of the dances that are done, some of them are, for honor songs and sacred, because we feel that when we do the dances and we smudge the grounds, we invite our ancestors to come in. So it makes it sacred because it becomes part of a spiritual communication. Something sacred has to be, first of all, understood what is sacred, what sacred means. And sacred in today's understanding is things that are of spiritual nature or have spiritual value.
Sacred is something that it means a lot to someone, and when something is sacred, it means everybody respects it. So when you have the sacred fire going, it's to keep the fire burning for all our ancestors that have gone before us.
Sacred meaning that there should be respect around and given the proper respect for ceremonial purposes. For instance, today, if something is smudged, like the powwow grounds, that makes that ground sacred for us as Aboriginal people. Things that we use for ceremonies, like eagle feathers, eagle wings, claws, or any part of an eagle that is used for ceremonies.
I just certain ceremonies that is personal to me, and I carry certain objects that is personal. So some other people or some other spiritual people around them might not carry the same objects I got.
There are some protocols around what sacred means for Aboriginal people. And when it comes to doing ceremonies like the Sacred Fire, the Sweat Lodge, pipe ceremony, and as I mentioned, smudging, all of that is deemed to be sacred and given its proper space. So the respect around that is that no cameras and no recordings should be allowed around during the time of the ceremony. Anytime before or after that is okay, but it's during the time that you're doing the actual ceremony, we ask that all cameras be turned off. The reason for that too is it's important because it can be exploited. Once something is recorded, it may wind up somewhere where it might want to be exploited by others who maybe are not native, use it to make money for their own purposes and wind up being exploited. It could be misled even. So it's very important that we protect that, and we don't want the sacred ceremonies recorded.
Unsitnokma is what we say, all my relations. And we welcome everybody, Indigenous, non-Indigenous.
When I open up the powwow every year, I say welcome home, because when you come here, you're home.
We get like coming home. I know a lot of people around there, I make new friends, and I get treated good here like part of the family, and that's important.
It's like a big coming home. It's just a beautiful human spiritual experience.
Powwow is a group of people gathering.
What it means to me, it's a gathering, family and friends, community.
Powwow to me is a gathering.
Powwow is a gathering.
It's a family gathering. A powwow is a coming together to celebrate your culture, simply put.
So I describe powwow as a social gathering where people get together, reconnect with their culture, but also reconnect with maybe other people that they haven't seen in a while, meet their old friends, meet new ones.
But it's about coming together with people, with old friends, meeting new friends. Like these drum groups, I only get to see them at powwows, and it's always it's like a big powwow family reunion when it's powwow time.
You're a powwow family.
powwow, we're happy to see each other. I'll show you. We just shake hands when we hug like this, and we're happy to see each other, right? Like this. And it's the strength of all of them when they get together. It helps people out. People need hugs. Keep them strong. Who they are is unknown. Usually we just pass it on and we keep going. And like you meet friends, new friends. Like I just met you. I don't even know you. Now I met you. Now I know you because I give you a hug. Maybe next year I'll see you again. See, that's what we do. New friends and old friends. You're still happy to see them every year. Hey. And we always laugh and joke around and tease each other at the powwows. You hear them, the drummers will be laughing. It's a good feeling, they're happy. And we sit around and the drum and they sing the songs for the people.
It's so important that our people come together every once in a while. It's hard, you know, when a person is alone. And it's kind of a long time ago, before the Europeans came here, one of the worst punishments was banishment, to be banished from a community, and any community at all. So that was the worst punishment to be given on anybody, because a person could die of loneliness, they could die alone, not any company, not any human company. And because we're all family oriented, you know, we like to be around other people, you know, be around our family. We enjoy the company of our family and friends. So powwow provides that in a big way. When you come to a powwow, as Baron said, you meet new friends and your family, maybe your extended family that's living away, and all of a sudden they show up there. You know, you just raise your hand. Of course, the good meals too. Culture is all about good meals. Right?
Eat. That's one of the main things. You know, our people always got together. We eat.
You eat communally. You celebrate communally.
I don't know if you've heard the term powwow family, but when we meet every year, we're our family. Everybody, all the dancers, we are family, and seeing each other every year, and it just wells up. It gets all warm and fuzzy inside. We just it really means a lot to be able to dance with them and share knowledge, learn,
share songs, share dances.
For me as a dancer, it's dancing. I feel most like myself when I'm dancing.
Dance, sing, drum, basically everything. What's it like to feel like how my ancestors feel? Sometimes I imagine how my ancestors were back then. It's incredible, really.
That's to me. That's the whole thing of what a powwow was about. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of life.
During our time working with Captive Expressions and the Green Team, we had many goals to accomplish, and a large number of challenges to overcome. Our main goal of the summer was to create a video explaining what the pellet stove is and how this technology can help us deal with environmental issues. This film illustrates how humanity has utilized fire and can continue to use it in more eco-friendly ways.
Just 1 second, please. This may be not the version we want. We should be hearing music at this point.
And there's the technical issue in the third. You're back for one.
Alright, let's try from the internet, but I have a feeling this will not work well.
Oh boy.
Dun dun dun.
Fire. The control of this element was a turning point in human evolution. The control of fire allowed us to invent many devices that have helped shape modern society. Fire helped us remain warm and protected. Fire allowed us to cook delicious meats to broaden our range of edible meals. Using fire, we also burn materials and fuels for a variety of purposes. But as of recent, the burning of these fossil fuels has left a large carbon footprint on our planet. This has increased the rate of climate change. Now we are forced to find ways to develop new technologies that allow us to continue with our daily functions, but also don't harm the environment any further. For a long time, we only used open fires, but as our technology and control of fire advanced, we were able to use devices such as the wood-burning stove. This heating appliance burns wood fuel in a closed fire chamber, where a ventilating pipe connected to a suitable chimney ensures that combustion gases are drawn out. For the longest time, wood-burning stoves were our primary heating source. They are efficient and don't have too large of an impact on the environment. However, they have many cons. Wood is a limited resource. We use more than we can grow. We cut 3.5 to 7 billion trees down every year, and about 37% of that is timber harvesting for firewood. The transport of this firewood from rainforest to your local area will add to the carbon footprint of wood stoves. The most common source of heating in the industrial world for centuries was coal. Coal burns at a much higher temperature than wood. So a coal stove can burn both wood and coal, but a wood stove cannot burn coal. Coal stoves, however, are also a thing of the past. Most homes do not use coal stoves. Since we use other forms of transportation, less coal is being burned on things like trains. One of the specific dangers of burning coal is the emission of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is responsible for acid rain, which is a very toxic pollutant. This is only an issue when burning by bituminous coal, which shouldn't be used in homes anyway. Although these devices don't leave a major carbon footprint and are quite efficient, the materials and work put into making them function are counterproductive. The pellet stove is one of the newest and most efficient means of burning materials. It is the easiest stove to operate, as there is very little hassle. It is a simple system where small pellets are put into a stove to burn. There are many pros to owning a pellet stove. It does not need a chimney to operate, as it produces a very minimal amount of smoke. It also has virtually no external heat, meaning it's heat safe. 40 pounds of pellets cost roughly $3 and have a burn time of roughly 16 to 18 hours. The pellets are made from recycled materials and parts of timber that would usually be thrown out. The pellets, when burned, produce less moisture, which means that it produces more heat and leaves the stove itself cleaner after use. How the pellet stove works is that pellets are placed into the pellet hopper. The pellet hopper can hold 40 to 50 pounds. It can burn in the span of 18 hours. Once in the hopper, a motorized device called an auger pushes the pellets into the burn pot. In the burn pot, pellets ignite, and the exhaust goes into the exhaust vent. All ashes are collected in the ash chamber, which needs to be cleaned periodically. With so many good features, it becomes evident that the pellet stove is the best heating appliance. Fire. One of the most important discoveries of mankind. As we develop better technology and understand more of the science of our world, we are able to find ways to protect our environment whenever possible. With the pellet stove, we are able to generate more heat and create less pollutants. This way, we can help repair the damage we've done to our planet, while still being able to enjoy the luxury of fire.
one brief little bit here at the end. Did we hit mute? We hit mute. And that's it. So you want to come on up, guys? We give them a round of applause. I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments they want to make.
That was really good. How have we not seen it happening around? I didn't even know it.
Well, most of the short films were filmed when you guys all left. We were still here for another hour.
You guys are so noisy. We had to wait.
Michael, show them the other oops ones.
Oh,
no.
Oops,
No
I
way.
did it
We
again.
can't show the other oops ones.
Thanks for
Plus, we don't have it here.
Right? Yeah, it's not bad enough.
Alright. I think we're good. Alright. Cool. Thank you guys for all the
Well,
work
thank you
this
very
summer.
much.
It was awesome. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate the help. Alright, I guess we can all relax now and we'll have some
barbecue.
food on the go here in the next little bit.
Yay.
That was good. I like those